Guys, welcome back. Sorry it's been a couple of months since I've done a video, but I've not really had any CGC returns or anything to go through. But there's a phrase that kind of goes here that when you're standing waiting on a bus for ages, it ends up that they all come at once. So that's kind of what's happened with me. So I've got this one return that I'm going to go through just now, and I've got another 3 that have either came back or are due back in the next few days. So hopefully within the next week you should see another 3 or 4 videos pop up. First card that I got back is this Misaki Alakazam. It's really clean for a 7.5. You can see how good the holo is. I think this scratching here is on the slab itself. The reason this get docked down for the surface corners and edges is because these kind of near enough all have this this little like lip type thing in the corner. It's not really a lip, it's more like a surface dent but not a dent. I don't know, it's really strange, but it's just from the way that these were distributed. So they were put in like an A4 sheet of paper with a corner cut in each corner basically, or like a kind of little bit for the card to sit in, and it created this little dent. So usually it's on the top, this kind of top right and bottom left of the back side. The one at the bottom you can't really see that much, but you can see it on the top there. So that's why it get dinged. Apart from that, it's a really clean card. So that one I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it or not yet, but I get this 8 grade on the Blaine's Charizard from the Gym series set. This is one of these cards that's it's really clean. It's more just kind of like traditional damage that you get on old back stuff. It's like scratching on the back. It's really difficult for me to try and show you. I think it was somewhere down here there was like a scratch. I think you can kind of see it there. But yeah, again, it's very clean on the holo. So quite a nice card. Now, the one thing you'll probably see, this is something that's my biggest bugbear with CGC, is their centering grade. So try and remember what that centering looks like for an 8.5, and you'll see some other ones at graded 851 centering later on that are nowhere near as bad. Yeah, it's one of my biggest bugbears. To be honest, hopefully in the next couple of months I will probably stop using CGC for stuff. Now that PSA are kind of starting to open things back up, they've said that they're going to open up their next tier down, hopefully by December, which will probably be better for me to use for grading stuff. I don't know what value it's going to be. If it's maybe $100, $75, something like that, then that's probably what I'm going to use. I might still use CGC, their economy level, for grading some lower end stuff, but I would like to try and start grading more with PSA now that things are kind of starting to get a little bit better with them. We'll wait and see how it goes. It's obviously a bit dependent because the cards that I'm buying have to be worth grading at that value tier. So yeah, I've had a couple of cards there from the E series in Japanese. I've got quite a few Neo era cards or Gen 2 era cards as well. So we've got this one from Awakening Legends. It's really nice. Again, like for these 8.5s, I know people that have cross graded 8.5s to PSA 10s. You can see why. Like, that card is kind of, if you run the light across it, it's very difficult to see anything wrong with the card. I think this one you've got a little bit of like silvering on this edge along here, but apart from that, it's very clean. 8.5s are really good value for if it's cards that you're wanting to collect, but have them encapsulated just to protect them. Like, the 8.5s are great value. Like, again, there's another one, you can see how clean that is. There's not really any damage on the holo at all. Most of the damage, or most of the kind of stuff that you think looks like damage, is actually just shavings from the CGC packaging. I was actually kind of hoping that they were going to fix that. I don't know if you're aware, but for people that aren't, this is what the box looks like, and it comes these little cardboard inserts, but they get really dusty. They were supposed to be changing them over to a white glossy one, a white glossy insert that I heard, but out of these 4 returns I've not had, well, I've still got 1 to come back. I don't know whether that one will come back with it or not, but the other 3 have all had this same kind of cardboard insert. Get quite a few gym cards. I don't know if they're in this sub or in the other ones, but I've submitted quite a few gym series cards as well. So again, you can see how clean that is for an 8.5. So yeah, as I said earlier, CGC, they're 8.5 centering. They love to throw that grade out there, but I don't know, I think that's probably a little bit harsh in comparison to the one earlier. There's one that I know in this sub, there's one, is it this one here? Like, you can see just how off centre that one is. So you can see that the left and the bottom border are really thin, whereas the right and the top are really thick. But personally, I wouldn't say that that's that the 2 of them are 8.5 centering. Like, it's very obvious that this one here, the Charizard, is a lot more off centre than the other one. But yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a contentious thing for a lot of people with CGC, is that they love this 8.5 grade. Yeah, this sub that I got here, aside from the 7.5s and the 8s, it was pretty much balanced between 8.5s and 9s. Very close. But again, like, the centering on that one, you can't really complain. Like, it's very off centre. You can see how thick the border is at the top and the right compared to the left and the bottom. But yeah, it's my, as I said, it's my biggest bugbear with CGC is their centering grade. I actually seen one that really kind of wound me up, and it was actually a perfect 10 base set Bulbasaur. That obviously perfect 10 means it got a 10 for centering, but the top was like very obviously out, and I think I done like a little quick pixel measurement, and it was like 55/45, I think it was, and that apparently falls within their parameters for 10 centering. But then you can get ones that have got 8.5 that are wildly out, and then other ones that grade 8.5 that aren't even off centre. And I think if you actually look at so I'll tell you this card number. So if you go and look at that certificate number on CGC's lookup tool, it actually says on the subgrades part of the certificate that they deem an 8.5 to be off centre. Yeah, personally I could see why they would say it for that one, but for this here, I don't really think that's an off centre card. But yeah, there's not really much you can complain about. If that's who you're choosing to grade with and that's their standard, then unfortunately you're kind of stuck with it. So it's just one of the things. I do think that a lot of these cards, that's another reason that I'm hoping to start using PSA more, is that I think quite a lot of these cards would actually cross to a PSA 10. As I said, I know people that have graded cards, like CGC returns, that are kind of 8.5. I know somebody that's graded cards that came back from CGC as low as an 8, and they crossed to a PSA 10. I think CGC, they use loupes or like magnifying glasses a lot in their grading process, which is why they pick up a lot more stuff. But PSA, I think it's more on the eye appeal that they grade it on, which is, yeah, probably a better way, to be honest. This is probably one of the cards that I'm going to keep for my collection. I like that one. Apart from the centering, it was very close to yeah, centering kind of let it down a little bit there, but it was very clean on the corners and the edges. So yeah, hopefully in the next few months I'll start doing some PSA submissions. There's another one that was very close to a CGC 9.5. It would have been good to get that. Nice card. That's probably my favourite set, is this the Neo Destiny stuff. You'll probably notice a little bit of a theme with the 4 submissions that I've got. They're all kind of from very, very similar sets. I've not really been able to see where this one got an 8.5 on the surface from. Again, you can see how clean the front is. As I said earlier, it probably will be something on the back surface. Quite a lot of Japanese card stores, is that maybe? It's really difficult to see whether it's on the slab, and strangely enough it's actually sunny in Scotland today, so if I shine that the wrong way it just kind of blinds me. So yeah, it's difficult to see, but quite a lot of the Japanese card stores, they will still advertise something as being grade A even if the back surface is a little bit scratched up. So most of the time the front can be really, really clean, and it's more like kind of little scratches on the back. That one there, I don't know if I would say that, is that on the, that's on the card. This one here's actually got a fairly sizable scratch on the holofoil. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if it's a scratch or a print line. It looks, it could just be a print line actually. They've give it a 9 for surface, so yeah, I don't know. But yeah, out of the CGC subs that I've got coming back, there's nothing that really took me by surprise. Most of the grades were all as I expected. There's maybe 1 or 2 subgrades on some cards that I'm a little bit unsure about, but it's literally only out by like 0.5 or 1 whole subgrade, so there's not really too much for me to moan about. And as I said, it's only a handful of the cards. Everything else is pretty much as I expected. So that one got a 9 on edges despite having this big white chip out of it. But yeah, this is kind of what I'm aiming for on old back stuff, is preferably if I can get 9s then it's obviously much better. 8.5s are very, very close to 9s. It just takes missing one little thing or the centering being off for it to go down to an 8.5. But yeah, most of the cards I've had back have been as I expected. This is a really nice grade. It was only half a point away from getting a 9.5, which would have been nice. But for an old back card from a really popular set, that's quite a good grade. We've got, this is another one that I'm probably going to keep as well. So this got an 8.5 on the surface. Again, I've not really been able to see where the 8.5 came from. I'll maybe try and take a bit of a better look at it. But yeah, this one's probably one I'm going to keep. I just like the Dragonite arts from the old sets, like the Fossil Dragonite, the Neo Destiny one. I think are really, really nice cards. So again, this is another one that, as I was saying earlier, if you look at the centering grade, so if that centering was a 9, this would have been a 9.5, but yeah, it's been given an 8.5 on centering. It's maybe kind of not far off the centering on that card, but compared to the one, I can't remember what card it was it the Mewtwo maybe? Again, it's just one of the ones, like, are they both 8.5 centre? I don't know. I did say there's not really much you can moan about if that's what you choose to grade with. It doesn't stop me from moaning, I suppose. But yeah, hopefully the next couple of days to the next week I will have some more returns videos to show you. I'll get some other nice cards in there. Nothing really massively high value. To be honest, most of it is going to be getting listed on my eBay over the next few weeks as well. So if you see anything here that you would like to pick up for your collection, then let me know. I can do something off of eBay to save on their eBay fees and whatever else as well. But yeah, sorry it's been a while since I've done a video. Hopefully I should have some more for you in the next couple of days. Yeah, thanks for watching.